When you look at Colin Sexton, did not get selected to play in the Rising Stars game All-Star Weekend coming up. How big of a snub is that in your mind?
I mean, I don't think it was a snub that he was not named an All-Star. I don't think it was a snub necessarily that, Isaac Okoro didn't get in the Rising Stars. Darius Garland, to me, is the one that stands out a little bit here because even though he has had some stumbles in his second year, you have seen the growth from him. And some of the other players that got in on Team USA for Team USA versus the world and the Rising Stars. I mean, Tyler Hero has been about the same player as Darius Garland this year. James Wiseman's been bad. He can't stay out of foul trouble. He's been injured. That to me was more about his reputation coming into the NBA. So I think Darius Garland, of all the quote unquote snubs that you want to talk about for All-Star or Rising Stars, I think Darius Garland probably has the biggest case of any of them. Look, when it comes to Colin Sexton getting in the All-Star game, Dave, it was just a loaded field. I mean, Trae Young didn't even get in the All-Star game, and he was a starter in the game last year. So when you look at the season that Jaylen Brown has had for the Boston Celtics and Zach LaVine for the Chicago Bulls, and you start to do the numbers game related to Colin getting in the All-Star game, it just wasn't favorable for him. There weren't any guys. If you're talking about putting somebody in, that means you have to take somebody off, and there just wasn't anyone that you could honestly say, well, I'm going to take that player off to put Colin in, even though at times this year he has absolutely played like an all-star.